What's going on, everyone? Lakers basketball is officially here. I cannot be more pumped. It is preseason, but hey, I'll take it. I'm really looking forward to see how this team progresses, how this team looks during preseason. Wins and losses, to me, especially in preseason, aren't the be-all, end-all. Whether the Lakers win every single game, I don't take that as like, oh, that means they're locked to win the championship. Just like if they lose every single game, I don't look at it as like, oh, that's it. It's going to be a disaster. We've seen Lakers teams that have been terrible in preseason, won the chip. We've seen Lakers teams that have won all of the preseason games and won the chip. So to me, it's just, what are we looking like? What are the things that we need to improve on? What are the things that we are really good at that we can continue to grow and expand on? And that's what this is all about. And plus just some fun basketball. Speaking of which, I will be doing the live streams, the watch-along streams here on the channel. So I hope to see all of you there. And then after the streams, I do the post game. We'll break it down, talk about it, answer your questions, things like that. Be a lot of fun. Hope to see all of you there. And we do that for every game. But LeBron James and Austin Reeves are ruled out of this game, which is fine. Again, preseason, not to worry. And as of this point, no word on Anthony Davis. So I'm under the assumption that he is going to play a little bit, but if he does play, it'll be very minimal. Like, I would be shocked if he plays more than 15 minutes, probably just to get him out there, let him, get his feet wet a little bit, let him get in rhythm, kind of just get a sweat in, which is fine. Nothing wrong with that. And then I think we'll see in a couple games, it'll probably be like that for at least a preseason game or two. Maybe the next one LeBron plays and AD doesn't. But the last preseason game or two, that's when I expect everybody to kind of be on board. And it's like, okay, now it's the dress rehearsal, getting ready for the actual season. So I'm excited and looking forward to that. But nonetheless, the other guys are the guys that are going to get the real shine today. And they're probably the ones that are going to be playing the heavy minutes, the Reddishes, the Woods, the Christies, the Schifinos, those guys. Very likely we'll see a lot of playing time against the Golden State Warriors today. I will see if the Warriors play Steph and Chris Paul and all of them. If they do, it'll probably be, again, very minimal. But regardless, I want to have a discussion, and of course, hear your thoughts and opinions down in the comment section below, is who will be the standout this game? Like, what guy or guys will come out and look like, okay, he's ready, right? Now, of course, I'd love to see everybody do that, but who's going to be the real takeaway from this game that, we could talk about post-game is kind of what I want to get into. Now, obviously, Rui, you have D'Lo, Christian Wood, those guys. But again, I don't know. I wonder how much they're actually going to play. Like Rui and D'Lo, do they play a ton this game, or do they end up playing 10 to 15 minutes? And even then, we know what they could do. We've already seen them, right? I lean a little more towards Christian Wood. He's obviously the easy answer, in my opinion. But for me, it's not so much his offensive game that I want to see. I want to see him defensively really stand out and really just kind of control these games here, right? Because we know offensively he can dominate. We know that he could go get you 20 a night if you wanted him to. Can he actually stop people, especially against a team like the Warriors that are very undersized, that are, he's going to have a size advantage over most of the guys he's going to be matched up against. So if he can do that and look well against these guys, then that would give me a little hope and promise as we move forward. But again, I think the usual suspects, obviously, but I'm talking more of the newer guys, the newer acquisitions. And so one of the guys I think is Max Christie. He has looked fantastic pretty much all offseason. He looked great in Summer League. The kid was absolutely dominating and was the best player on the court, game in and game out, and he was just kind of coasting out there. There's videos of him during training camp. I even posted a video earlier today of him, just in scrimmages and looking fantastic, finishing through contact, just being a guy that could potentially be our star. The Lakers are super high on him. the Lakers believe that he's going to end up earning the backup shooting guard spot. We'll see. We'll see with Darvin Ham. It kind of seems, based on the reports, it's kind of a battle between him and Cam Reddish. I wouldn't mind them splitting both guys, right? Like, let's say there's 20 backup minutes. Maybe give a little more of a nod to who you like a little more, but still give some quality minutes to like a Reddish. So, like, let's say it's Max Christie, right? So Christie could go and play, 12 of those 20 minutes, and then Reddish could play the other 8, something like that. But also Reddish, with his age, just being so young, you could literally put him in a gym for the next 4 years, and he'd still be younger than like everyone else on the team. That's how young he is, which I love to see, because that just means his upside is limitless. And he's already shown the improvements, his ability to be a legit 3-and-D and even 3-level scorer. We've seen him even in these scrimmages, operate, knock down the mid-range, hit the 3-point shot, get to the basket, finish through contact. Those are all the things that you want to see from your young, up-and-coming player that has that potential for the Lakers. But he, I think, will get quite a bit of minutes, because he's, again, 20 years old, doesn't have the mileage, right? Like, you can kind of lean on him during these preseason games, and also kind of gives you a little look at him, right? Yeah, he was dominating in Summer League. Can he dominate against actual NBA rosters and NBA defense? And even still, like, you can make the argument, Summer League isn't the regular season. Teams still aren't going as hard as they are for the regular season. And then especially the playoffs, that just becomes a completely different level entirely. But I still think, it's pretty comparable. It's pretty close. And it's about the trends, right? He's dominating in Summer League. He's dominating in training camp. And then if he goes and he dominates in an actual game, preseason or not, then it's safe to say that he's probably going to be very good. He's going to have his good games. He's going to have his bad games just like anybody. But can he consistently, night in and night out, actually display that versatility, that ability to impact both sides of the basketball? Because he already has NBA level defense. I mean, he was great last year. He was phenomenal defensively. Like, before we got Jared Vanderbilt, he was our best on-ball defender. He was fantastic. And now it's just like, man, like, I can just see the future of like him at the 2, Vando at the 3, AD at the 5. Like, good luck scoring on that defense. The Lakers would already have the number 1 defense. You add in Max Christie, and then if Christie can actually be an offensive threat beyond that, like, that would be ridiculous. Ridiculous. So I'm really looking forward to Max Christie, and he's kind of like my watchful eye one, right? And I really think is going to, get the minutes to really display stuff today, and I do think he'll stand out heavily. But another guy that comes to mind is one that I just mentioned, and Cam Reddish, right? I think, again, one of the younger guys, a guy that you can just kind of throw out there and let him go to work, right? Like, let's see what Reddish, like, I think it's going to be a lot of, like, the younger guys this game. I think, again, Max Christie, Reddish, like, I wouldn't even be surprised if, like, Maxwell Lewis gets some run, actually gets an opportunity this game. Gabe Vincent, Taurean Prince, those guys, I think that they could get some minutes, but I don't think that, one, they're going to be looking to go off this game, and 2, like, I don't think they're going to get more than, like, 15, 20 minutes, where, like, I think Darvin Ham will go, like, hey, let's run Christie, let's run Reddish, let's run Schifino, let's run these guys for, like, 30 minutes this game, and just kind of get a look at our young guys and see, like, okay, where can we use these guys over the course of the season? And look, Cam Reddish, I've been super high on Cam Reddish for years. I've loved Cam Reddish since the Duke days, right? And I've talked about, I would love to see the Lakers go and get Cam Reddish. The Lakers almost traded for Cam Reddish like 3 times, and they just fell through every time. And now, finally, officially, he is a Laker, and I am pumped for that. I mean, you're talking about a legit 6'8", 7'2" wingspan, something like that, right? Just athletic. He gained 12 pounds, so he's up to like probably 230 roughly. So he's got good size, good strength, good quickness, good athleticism. can get to the basket, finish through contact, shoot the mid-range. His three-point shot needs a little work, but he's been working on it all offseason. I'm waiting to see how that translates. Like, he's another guy that he could go and get 20 plus and no one would be shocked. I've talked a lot about, the Lakers have 6 guys that can give you 20 to 30 on any given night, right? You got D'Lo, Reeves, LeBron, AD, you got Rui, and Christian Wood. Those are the 6. But the other ones that I don't really mention that are absolutely capable, I mean, it's the NBA. Any guy is pretty much, but I'm talking about like could do it and like several times throughout the course and no one will really be surprised. Cam Reddish and Max Christie are 2 other guys that I think deserve to be on that list as those guys. I don't know if they'll just get the opportunity, right? I don't know if Cam Reddish would get the shot attempts and get the playing time and get the opportunity to actually go get 20. But in preseason, I do. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if Cam Reddish has like a great stat line, especially against the Warriors who are all undersized. Like, Warriors' entire roster is Cam Reddish's size. Cam Reddish should have a field day with these Warriors, right? Who are they going to have that can guard him, slow him down, and prevent him from just walking to the basket if he wants to? Like, and that's what I want to see. I want to see him put his head down and just get to the basket. Run all over these guys, right? Like, that's what I want to see from Cam Reddish. I can really see Cam Reddish thriving in this game. But Jalen Hood-Schifino, he's the other kind of guy that he's, based on reports, has just been lighting it up in training camp. He's looked really good. We've seen a couple little gems with him. And he's a guy that, he struggled a little bit, especially early on in Summer League. Kind of picked it up towards the back end. He had some brilliant moments. He had some rough moments. But, again, he's rookie, just coming in. Nerves, jitters, things like that. Like even Max Christie. I talked about how, last Summer League, not this Summer League, but the previous, his rookie season Summer League. How I talked about how, it looks like he's playing to earn a roster spot rather than a guy that already has a roster spot, right? He's trying to do a little too much. And I felt like that was Schifino this year in his rookie summer league. A lot of times I felt like he was just trying to do too much rather than just playing the game and let the game come to him. So I'm hoping that he kind of eases into things. But I mean, dude, this guy, 6'6", good size, good strength, right? He's a guy that has shown the ability to finish through contact, make plays. He actually has really good court vision and can make some great passes. I mean, he had some beautiful passes in Summer League. He's a guy that could go, coast to coast, grab a rebound and just go. I love that, right? Like, that was one of the things, about Russ that I wish we had a more comparable team to him. And if it did end up working, because that was what was great and helped the Lakers lead the league in fast breaks, right? Fast break points and pace and stuff was Russ's ability to just grab a board and just take off and be a one-man fast break, or have other guys running alongside him. He collapses the defense, and then it's just an easy bucket, and you're just manufacturing and generating buckets with ease, right? Well, now we got a guy in Schifino. Again, I'm not saying he's Russell Westbrook, but he gives you a little bit of that. I can just grab the ball and just go. And I got the quickness to get downhill. And, if I can, I'll just finish through the contact with my 6'6" size and, my strength. And there you go. There's an and one. There's a bucket. Or, the defense collapses on the fast break and the transition. Well, then if I have, a Cam Reddish and Max Christie on my side, well, boom, I just give a nice little dump pass to one of them. And then there's a bucket. I love that. It gives us a different look. And he's different than all of our other guards, right? Like Gabe Vincent is like your typical 3-and-D style point guard, kind of like a George Hill, an Avery Bradley type guy. And then you have, D'Lo, who's more of a scorer, more of that like finesse type player. He's a guy that be your 3-level scorer, great shooter. Even Reeves, very similar if he was to slot over, right? And then you have Schifino, who's just like bigger, could play both, combo guard also, could play both combo spots, but he's just physical, can just get ahead of steam and get downhill, right? Like, I really like that about Schifino. It just gives us a different look. And I've talked about, I would love to see, even in the regular season, like, let's throw a unit out there of these just young run and gun guys. Let's throw a unit out there of like Schifino, Christie, Maxwell, Lewis, Cam Reddish, and Jackson Hayes. Or if you don't want to go with like Lewis, okay, then go with like Jared Vanderbilt and Cam Reddish and Jackson Hayes, right? And just run, right? With that lineup, you'd have some versatility. Don't have great shooting, right? Outside of like if Cam Reddish can improve and that, but it'd be more of like you'd be very good defensively, and your transition would just sprint, like go double our shot attempts in the 5 minutes you play just to see what it looks like, right? It's what it's about. Experimentation. Like, let's go. But basically, Schifino, Reddish, and Christie are the three guys I'm really kind of keeping my eye on as potential standouts this game. Obviously, somebody else. The Lakers have so much talent on this roster. Anybody could be that real standout tonight. But those are the three guys I kind of have my eye on. I want to kind of see, because those are the guys that are basically fighting for a rotation spot. You know, we have basically 8 guys, in my opinion, that are basically locked into the rotation, right? So you got LeBron and AD, you got, you know, D'Lo, Austin Reeves, Rui, Jared Vanderbilt, Christian Wood. There's 7 there. Taurean Prince is 8. And then I think, you know, you got Gabe Vincent 9. So it's just kind of like, who's going to be that 10th guy or that 11th guy on any given night? And I think Schifino, Christie, or Reddish, those are the 3 guys that have the opportunity to kind of fill that spot. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion, so I pass the question on to you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What do you think? Who do you think will be that real standout? Who do you want to be the real standout? You know, are you excited for Lakers basketball? Again, don't miss the live stream. I can't wait. I'm excited. I'm pumped. I hope you are too. Let me know your thoughts and opinions.